Oh, yeah.
It's two of the whitest guys you know.
The whitest guys you know.
This is your boy, Nate. Your head wasn't in the...
I'm trying to plank.
Have you seen that duck vine where he squeezes and it goes, and then he squeezes them all and goes, Let's do that. Let's do that. Ready? Seeing as Night of Champions isn't that far away, we felt like we needed to dive into the building up storyline of Night of Champions.
And what's the storyline of Night of Champions, Zach?
Seth Rollins having 2 matches, one against LOL Cena wins, and 2 with Stinger, both for belts, both for separate belts. So what I really want to talk about is every option WWE has with Seth Rollins.
Like, I mean, as every option imaginable, at least. Let's start with the first one, and that's the United States Championship with him and John Cena. What do you feel like that match? What swaying are you feeling about?
I'm not sure which one's going before which, but I'd have to assume that it's the U.S. title belt. And I don't want Seth to lose this, because then it just shows Cena's Super Cena as always.
True.
I think the best option is to do kind of what they did last time again, where there's some sort of screwy finish. Probably, maybe not with Jon Stewart.
No,
but,
Jon Stewart.
I don't think there's any way you can have Seth Rollins cleanly beat John Cena.
What belt do you want on Seth Rollins is really the question. And it depends on what you want to go with the story as well. The whole Cena match, I would like someone to win clean, even if it was Cena. At least maybe it'd make the main event a little bit more predictable. But I do think it's going to be a screwy finish. I would agree. I think it's going to be a screwy finish.
What if they want him to hold both?
What if they still want him to hold both? And then we'll transition into the World Championship match with him and Sting.
Yeah, and that one is so unpredictable.
Because, like, I mean, obviously when you think about it, you're like, oh, Seth Rollins is younger, he's going to be around more longer, you go Seth. But at the same time,
Sting's never held it.
And he's, obviously
and he's joined the company after how many years of wrestling.
And he seems like a surefire Hall of Famer. And just like, if they are going to have him win the World Championship, it seems like the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Almost.
But then you get in the trick bag of how many more times is Sting going to appear if he does win the championship.
Exactly. And winning the championship with Sting would be a scheduling conflict issue, I'm sure, to a point.
Oh, yeah. Because I think he's only going to do WrestleMania next year, and then
probably go off in the season. Is how would you end that match? What would be the way you would end that match? If Sting was to win the World Championship, what's the way you would end that match? Sheamus or something, or what?
A cash-in? No, I don't really see a cash-in because it's Sting. I mean, it'd kind of throw up.
So you think Sting would just win?
It's either got to be Sting just winning or Seth just winning. I don't think you can really have a screwy finish to the end of this.
I think for storyline purposes, the better story here is Seth Rollins versus Sting. The better story is not Seth Rollins versus John Cena.
Oh, definitely.
Because Seth Rollins and Sting is something completely off the wall, something completely different.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to expand on a story, if they want Sting to win the world title, I think Triple H turning his back on Seth would make a lot of sense. Story-wise, I would be intrigued. I really, honestly would.
I just don't see it happening.
Exactly. You might not see it happening because it's working, or it has worked, and maybe it's getting a little more boring, but the whole Triple H, Seth Rollins thing, I think if they wanted to go that route, because here's my thing. At the end of WrestleMania, the match with Triple H and Sting, the end of it, they go and shake hands. And they have like a mutual respect for each other and everything like that. So maybe it's not too far-fetched for Triple H to interfere on Sting's behalf.
J&J Security, come. Steal the Money in the Bank briefcase. Cash it in on Seth Rollins.
And they both are the world champions.
And they both have the World Championship Freebird rule.
Literally, Joey Mercury will have Jamie Noble on his shoulders, and they're going to be one superhuman champion.
Joey. What would you have Seth win at Night of Champions?
See, that's
if you had to choose.
If it was my choice, he would beat Cena clean and then do the Triple H thing. Or you can I honestly would not mind a Sheamus cash-in, but it's got to be leading to something big. Like Triple H turning his back on Seth Rollins and using Sheamus as the new face of wrestling.
So do you think they have Sting win the belt, Sheamus cashes in, and then Sting only actually holds the belt for one day, now he gets in the Hall of Fame
coincidental.
As a WWE or a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
Just yes or no answer. Would you mind if Triple H used Sheamus to cash in and then he turned his back on Seth?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That'd be great, right? It'd be fun.
Well, it'd be cool.
It'd be interesting, too.
But what happens to Seth Rollins?
Exactly. What does happen?
Does he get the Dean Ambrose effect?
Is this a way to Sting to promote a pay-per-view? Sheamus cashes in, then we get a Sheamus-Seth Rollins feud where Seth Rollins is the face.
That'd be awful. I don't know if he can be a face.
You don't think Seth Rollins could be a babyface?
No.
Oh my goodness, we have an argument.
According to Vincent Kenny McMahon.
Well, maybe Vince.
Or no, it's Triple H. Kayfabe's dead, bruh.
Kayfabe's dead. Whatever.
There's no heels and faces, bruh.
It's like Brock Lesnar. I never imagined on earth that they would try to even attempt to make Brock the baby. I thought he was always going to be the big heel monster for life. And then this summer, the Suplex City thing just took over, and they ran with it. And they're like, all right, he's a good guy now. Okay, maybe not in everyone's eyes is he a good guy.
Yeah.
But it worked. Same thing with Seth. Seth could easily turn into like that kind of badass, almost like I'm breaking the rules kind of babyface.
The only way I can see him going babyface, mark my words, is him joining the Shield again.
That is actually a very, 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 very fair assessment.
Yeah.
That could actually be happening sooner than you think, because the whole thing with Roman and Dean, which we can talk about at a later time, it's not working, obviously.
Yeah. But if you bring Seth back, then I can bring my shirt out of retirement.
That'd be a great way.
And it'd be awesome. But I think that's really the only way you can make him go babyface, because unless you team him up with somebody else. That's how he became a heel in the first place. He was teamed up by
himself, right?
He was teamed up with the Shield. He broke up, but then he was teamed up with everybody in the Authority.
Yeah.
So he's never really been by himself
until just recently. When Kane left, technically that's when it started. Where other than Triple H, but Triple H is not like physically helping him. He's on his own right now. He's on his own.
But Stephanie and Triple H are still
on his own,
helping him,
and that's
not physically, but on storyline wise.
And that's my thing. Let's get the wheels turning here. Triple H made the World Championship match. He was the one that said, "I want to put this at the main event of Night of Champions for the world title, Sting versus Seth Rollins."
Because it's best for business.
Now, they also granted Cena his rematch clause. Like, it makes sense that they're doing all these things against Seth, having him wrestle 2 matches one night. Are they going to turn on him?
Yeah, but then they always tell him, hey, it's making you better. It's making your legacy better, which it is.
Then when does Seth just want to beat the shit out of Triple H?
WrestleMania.
You think WrestleMania next year? You think that'd be a good WrestleMania match?
Oh yeah, that'd be a great WrestleMania match.
Sounds like we need to do our WrestleMania dream card soon.
Yeah, we will. I think that'd be a great WrestleMania match. All right, what happens if Seth wins both of them?
Seth wins both. We're gonna get the exact same story we've been getting.
I agree. What happens if he wins just the WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
Then we're pretty much kind of getting the same thing we are. But we're going to get an added element of Sting probably staying around.
All right. What happens if he wins just the U.S. title?
Something crazy happened in the world title match. Something crazy.
Something crazy happens, and I think he hits a brick wall.
Whoa. You're talking about the biggest full-time star other than Cena right now.
I think he either needs to win them all or lose them both to make a good storyline.
Okay, if he does lose them both, then what do you do?
Then you have him go do a rematch for both of them at the next pay-per-view.
Oh, my goodness. Then what do you do at that pay-per-view?
He wins them both back.
What? No!
I think you either win both, win the U.S. Heavyweight title belt, or you lose both of them. There's no point in keeping just one belt, in my opinion.
Not just U.S. If he keeps just the world
US.
title.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
All right.
Shucks.
Think it's going to do about it?
Well, that's been an episode of 2G, 1B.
Catch us next week or whenever I don't know when the pay-per-view is. Check out for our predictions coming up.